Good morning, students. Okay, so in today's class we are going to see exercise number 5D, chapter number 5, number and calculations 2, and in that chapter we are going to see exercise 5D. Okay, so first let me tell you a few things related to this exercise. The first one is index notation. Index notation means if I write number 10, suppose I write number 10, so the power of this number is, power means the number which is raised to this 10. Here, the number which comes here in this box is called as the power of 10. Okay. So here if there is no power for 10 or for any given number, if the power is not given, that means it is 1. Okay. If I write any number 2 and if there is no power to that given number, that means the power is 1. Okay. And if the power is 2, it is written as 2 raised to the power 2. If the power is 3, it is written as this, 2 raised to the power 3. Okay. So when we are talking about 10, the first power 10 raised to 1 is written as 10. Okay. Then 10 raised to 2. 10 raised to 2. This means what? 10 raised to 2 means what? 10 is multiplied to itself 2 times. Okay. This does not mean 10 into 2. It means 10 is multiplied to itself. 10 multiplied by 10, how many times? 2 times. This is true for any number. Like if I write 2 raised to 2, that means 2 is multiplied to itself 2 times. If I write 2 raised to 3, then 2 is multiplied to itself 3 times. Okay. So this is known as the index notation. Index notation means the number here up, the number which comes up is known as the index. Okay. So this is known as index notation. So 10 raised to 2 means 10 into 10, which will be equal to 10 into 10 is 100. Okay. Now if I write 10 raised to 3, this means that 10 is multiplied to itself 3 times. Okay. 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10. So this is equal to 1000. Okay. Why? Because how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3 zeros are there. So in 1000 there are 3 zeros. Okay. So 10 raised to 3 means 10 multiplied to itself 3 times. So in this way we can write any given number. If it is written in this form, we can convert it to this form, or if it is written in this form, we can even convert it to this form. So 10 raised to 3 means there are 3 zeros with 1. Okay. So if you see this 10 raised to 3 and if you see this 1000, here you can see the number is 3 and in 1000 there are 3 zeros. So whatever number will be there raised to, so those many number of zeros will be there in that 10. Okay. So these are called as powers of 10. Powers of 10 means this was the first power of 10. This is the second power of 10. Okay. This is the third power of 10. So this is called as the powers of 10. It is the index notation of 10. Okay. So this was about the index notation. Now the place value table. So you have learned before also what is the place value table. Here we are going to just revise it. So I'll write what is the place value table. So when we start from the decimal point, when we go towards the left, the first number which comes, the first digit is called as the units place, then the tens place, then hundreds place, then thousands, then comes 10,000s, and then after 10,000s it is 100,000 and then it is million. Okay. So we are going to see only these many numbers up to million only. So as we go to the left, the first is units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000 and million. And as we go to the right, the first digit is known as the 10th. Okay. Then is 100th. Then the third is 1000. Okay. There's a TH here. So it is 10th, 100th and 1000. Okay. So this is the place value table. So in this exercise we are going to see how to write numbers in words and how to write numbers which are given in words. We have to write those in digit form. Okay. So this we are going to do using the place value table. Okay. Now the next thing is multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. So whenever we are multiplying any number by suppose 10, suppose if my number is 2 and if I am multiplying by 10, so or I take only 2 or if I take 3.2. Okay, let me take a decimal number. So whenever we have a decimal number, or even if we have a small number, suppose if we have 2 here, only 2. So if there is no decimal point to a number, that means where it is? It is at the end, right? So if the number does not have a decimal point, the number has a decimal, still it has a decimal point, but it is at the end. And because it is at the end, there is no number after the decimal point. That is why we do not put the decimal point. So if a number is not having a decimal point, the decimal point is at its end, okay, extreme end. So now if I have a number 3.2, so when we are multiplying the number by 10, this decimal point will get shifted one place towards the right. Okay, when we are multiplying, the decimal place gets shifted, decimal point gets shifted towards the right. When we are dividing, the decimal point gets shifted towards the left. Okay, so in multiplication, if we are multiplying by 10, 10 is having only 1 0 in it, so the decimal point will get shifted one digit towards the right. So this number will become 32. Why? Because the point was here. After going here, it will come, after going one place towards the right, it will come here, and this number will become 32 then. Okay. So this was when I multiply this number by 10. Now if I multiply it by 100, okay. So now 100 is having how many zeros in it? 100 is having 2 zeros. So this decimal point will shift 2 places towards the right. Okay. So this will become, this is 3.2. Now on shifting 2 places towards the right, it will come here. Now here you can see that there is no number. So if there is no number, we put a 0. Okay. So this becomes 320. Okay, because the decimal point has shifted here. So we remove the decimal point from here. So this becomes 320, which is equal to 320. Now if the same number, if it is multiplied by 1000. So 1000 has how many zeros? 3 zeros. So we shift this decimal point 3 places towards the right. So 3 places towards the right means 1, 2 and 3. So it will come here. Now there are no numbers in these 2 places, so we put 0, 0. So this becomes 3200, that is 3200. Okay. So this is how the numbers change when we multiply them by 10, by 100 and by 1000. So depending on the number by which we are multiplying, like if we are multiplying by 10, it will get shifted. The decimal point will get shifted one place towards the right. By 100, it will get shifted by 2 places. By 1000, it will get shifted by 3 places. Okay. And for multiplication, the point shifts towards the right. Shifts for multiplication, point shifts towards right. Okay. And for division, the point shifts towards the left. Shifts towards left. Okay, now we will see the division of the same number, which is 3.2 by 10 first. So 3.2 divided by 10. So 10, in 10 there is only 1 0. So the decimal point will get shifted one place towards the left. So on shifting, this decimal point will come here. Okay. So now it has come here. So the number has become 0.32. 0.32. 0.32 means, see here the point is at the starting of the number. So we just can't write it as 0.32. We have to put a 0 in front of it. So this becomes 0.32. Okay. So this was when the number is divided by 10. Now if we divide the same number by 100. So in 100 there are 2 number of zeros. So the decimal point will get shifted 2 times or 2 places towards the left. Because it is division, it will shift towards left. So now 3.2 on shifting 2 places. So 1 and 2. So it will come here. So now this is 0.032. There is no number here, so we put a 0. And there is no number before also, that is why we put a 0. So this becomes 0.032. So when we are multiplying the number by 100, the number we get is 0.032. Now if we multiply it by 1000, 3.2 divided by 1000. So in 1000 there are 3 zeros. So the decimal point is going to get shifted 3.2 3.2, it will get shifted 3 digits. So 1, 2 and 3. So it will come here. Now there are no zeros here, no numbers here, so I put 0, 0. So this becomes 0.0032. Okay. So you can see that how the number changes when we multiply it by 10, 100 and 1000 and when we divide it by 10, 100 and 1000. So this you have already studied in the in your previous classes, previous grades. Now, we were doing just a revision of it. Now we will go to the exercise 5D. Exercise 5D. The first question is write down in figures and words the powers of 10. So these are the powers of 10. First we have to write them in figures and then we have to write them in words. So this is 10 raised to 3. So as I told you, 10 raised to 3 means 10 is multiplied to itself 3 times. So this becomes 10 into 10 into 10, which is equal to 1000. Okay. So how this is read? The 1000 written. We have written this in figures. Now we have to write in words. So it is known as we write it as 1000. Okay. Now the second one. Second one is 10 raised to 5. So 10 raised to 5. 10 is multiplied to itself 5 times. Okay. So I write 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 into 10. So I have written this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is 10 raised to 5. So this how it is written? There is 10 raised to 5. So there will be 5 zeros. So I write 1. See, there are 5 zeros on 1, not on 10. Okay. So the total number of zeros is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is what? Now we have to write this number in figures also. So first let us read what this number is. So this number is, first we start from the extreme right. So units, tens, this is hundreds, this is thousands, this is 10,000s and this is 100,000. Okay. So this is known as 100,000. So this number we write as 100,000. So this number 10 raised to 5 written in figures is 100,000 and written in words is like this. Now the second question. Write these numbers in words. So we have to write the given numbers in words. So let's see first. See here, if there is no decimal point. In this first question, there is no decimal point given. So as I told you, where will be the decimal point? It will be at the extreme end, right end. Okay. So starting from the decimal point, as we go towards the left, how do we name the digits? First digit we name as units. Then tens, then hundreds, then thousands, then 10,000s, then 100,000 and then 1 million. Okay. So we have to write this figure in words now. So how to write in words? First we check the first number. The first digit is 2 and it is in the millions place. So we write it as 2 million. Then the next number 7 is in 100,000 place. So we read it as 700,000. Then the next is 0, 0. So if there is 0, we don't have to write anything for zeros. So this becomes 2,700,000. Now if there are 0, we go to the next number. So the next number is 3 and 3 is in the hundreds place. So we read this as 300. Then 4 is in the tens place. So if any number is in the tens place, we read it as 40 or 30 or 20 like that. So this will be 40. And in units place also there is no number. So this we will not read or write anything. Okay. So this number how do we write? 2 million. So I write 2 million. Then 700,000. 7 is in 100,000 place. So I write 700,000. Then I write, there are 0 zeros, so I don't have to write anything for 0. Now I write 300. Okay, so 300 and then 4 zeros. So I write and 40. Okay, so for the last two digits I write and before. So this is read as 2,700,000 340. Okay. Now the next number. The next number you can see that this is a decimal number. So how do I write this? First, starting from the decimal point, we have to first write the place values of all the digits which are there towards the left. So this is units, this is tens, hundreds, thousands and 10,000. So starting from the first digit, first number, it is 2 and it is in 10,000s place. So we read this as the first digit, first number is 2 and it is in 10,000s place. So we will not read this as 20,000. We will see, this is 20 and this is 3. So together we read this as 23,000. Okay. So this is 20 and this is 3. So together for 1000 we read it as 23,000. So 23,000. Then the next number is 8. 8 is in hundreds place. So we write 800. 800 and 90. This is the 1 is in tens place and the units place, the number is 9. So 1 9 together becomes, we call it as 90. So we write 819. And then again after that there is a decimal point. So how do we read a decimal point? We just write a point in place of it. So I write a point. Then all the digits or all the numbers which are there after the decimal point, we don't read it together. Like this 4, 5, we don't read it as 45. We will read it one by one. Okay, so this we will read as 0.45 and the same way we will write. So this will become 0.45. So this whole number becomes 23,819.45. So this is read as 23,819.45. So in this way we write the numbers which are given to us in words. Now the third question is reverse of it. The numbers in words are given to us and we have to write them in figures. So the first one is 2,080,000. So to write these numbers, first we will write the place value table. So the first one is units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s and 100,000 and the last one is million. So it is given as 2 million. That means in millions place there is a 2. So in millions place I write a 2. Then in between there is nothing. And the last number is given to us which is 80. So how do we write 18? 1 comes in the tens place and 8 comes in the units place. So this is 18. Now nothing is there in the between. So what do we put? We put zeros in all the places. So this becomes 0, 0, 0 and 0. So this number is read as 2,080,000. Okay. So the number in figures is 2000018. So 2,080,000 is written in number in figures like this. Now the second is 3,240,071. So this how do we write? First we write the place value table. The first one is units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000 and million. So it is 3 million. So in millions place there will be a 3. So 3,240,000. So for thousands together we read this as 240. So how do we write 200? See, hundreds place, in hundreds place 4,000, in hundreds place is 2. So 4,000, this is the thousands panel we can say. Okay, so these three numbers, these three places are together for 1,000. This is only 1,000, this is 10,000 and this is 100,000. So in 1,000 this is 200. So in hundreds place I will write a 2 because it is 200 and something thousand. So I will write a 2 here in hundreds place. Then for 10 there is 40. Okay. If any number has a 10 is multiplied by 10, like 2 into 10 we read it as 20, 30, 40, 50 like that, right? So 40 we will write 4 in the tens place, 10,000s place, and then in 1,000 there is nothing given like 1000. It is, see, it is given as 240,000. So 240, we write it as like this, 240. If it would have been given 243,000, then in thousands place there would be a 3. But here they have only given 240,000. So 240 we write like this. Now we go to the next. It is given as and 71. So and 71, 70 means it will come in the tens place. So 70, and in units there is a 1. So 71 is written as this. So, and there is nothing in the hundreds place. 100, they have not given any word in 100. So we write a 0. So this number becomes 324007. Okay. So this number in figures is written like this, and in words it is written as 3,240,071. Okay. So this was all about how to place the numbers, or how to place the digits in the place value table, how to write it in figures, how to write it in words, and then the powers of 10. Now we have completed first 3 questions. We go to the fourth question now. Okay, the fourth question now. The fourth question is workout. So we have to solve these sums. So the first one, as I told you, if we multiply any number by 10 or 100 or 1000, the decimal point gets shifted towards the right. By how many places? By the number of zeros. How many ever zeros are there in the in 10 or 100 or 1000? Okay. And if it is divided by 10, 100 or 1000, then the decimal point gets shifted towards the left side. Okay. So we are going to see more sums based on that. So the first one is 4.2 multiplied by 100. So here it is multiplied. So where is the decimal point going to shift? It is going to shift towards the right. Okay. So the right by how many places? Now we have to check how many zeros are there in 100. There are 2 zeros. So the decimal point will shift 2 times or 2 places towards the right. Okay. So first I write 4.2. In 100 there are 2 digits, 2 zeros. So the decimal point here is going to shift 2 places towards the right. So 1 and 2. So where it is going to come? It is going to come here now. But here there is no number. So I put a 0. Okay. So this number becomes 420. The decimal point has shifted here. So I write 420 point. And if there is a point at the end, if the decimal point is at the end, it is okay if we don't write it. Okay. So this number becomes 420. So 4.2 multiplied by 100 is equal to 420. Now the second, 3.7 multiplied by 10. Similarly here also it is multiplied. So the decimal point is going to shift towards the right. By how many places? Here in 10 there is only 1 0. So the point will shift only by 1 place. So this point will shift by 1 place and it will come here. So the number is going to become 37. And now the point is at the end. So we don't put the point. Okay. So this number is 37. Now the third one, 0.2 multiplied by 1000. So here also it is multiplied. So the point is going to shift towards the right side. And in 1000 there are 3 zeros. So we shift the decimal point 3 times. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So it will come here. Now in between you can see that there are no numbers. So I put 0 and 0. So this number now becomes 0200. Okay. And it is okay. See, here there was a decimal point. So that is why we wrote it as 0.2. But here there is no decimal point. The decimal point is at the end. Right. So it is okay if we see, if any number is having a 0 in front of it, then it is okay if we don't write it. So this number is read as 200. 0 in front of any number at the starting, if 0 is at the starting, it doesn't have any value, right? So we write it as 200 only. Why? Because here the decimal point is at the end. If it would have been here, like in 0.2, then we write 0. In that case, we write 0. Okay. But here the decimal point is at the end. So we don't write a 0 here. We just write 200. and we also don't put the decimal point because it is at the end. Okay, so this number is 200. So 0.2 multiplied by 1000 gives me 200. Okay, now the fourth one is of division. So if a number is divided by 10, so divided by 10 means it is division, that is why the decimal point will shift towards the left side. Okay, so to the left side, by how many digits will it shift towards the left? 10 is having only one zero. So this decimal point will shift to one digit or one place towards the left. So it will come here now. So this will be 0.28. Okay. Now there is no number before this point, so I put a 0. See, if the decimal point is at the starting of a number, then we have to put a 0 in front of it. If it is at the end of the number, then it is not like if we don't write the decimal point, it is okay. But here it is at the starting of the number, so we write it and even we put a 0 in front of it. So this becomes 0.28. So 2.8 divided by 10 gives me 0.28. Now the fifth one, it is 92.1 divided by 1000. So the decimal point here is going to shift towards the left. Why? Because it is divided. Okay. So if it is divided and any number is divided by 10 or 100 or 1000, the point gets shifted towards the left side. Okay. So here how many places it will shift? In 1000 there are 3 zeros, so it will shift 3 places towards the left. So let's count 3 places, 1, 2 and 3. So it will come here. Okay. Now there are no numbers here between besides decimal point there is no number. So I put a 0 and 0. So this number becomes 0.0921. Okay. This number is not read as 0.921. It is read as 0.0921. Okay. So this is the way we multiply or divide numbers by 10, 100 and 1000. It is just a matter of shifting the decimal point, whether it will shift towards the right or it will shift towards the left, depending on whether it is multiplication or division. And by how many numbers, by how many places, by the number of zeros the number is having. Okay. If it is 10, then 1 zero. If it is 100, then 2 zeros. If it is 1000, then by 3 zeros. Okay. So this was about multiplication and division by 100, 1000 and 10. Now we go to the fifth question. The fifth question is again workout and it is given as 7 into 1 by 10. So this is 7 multiplied by 1 by 10. So this, how do we multiply two fractions? This 7, if I write 1 in the denominator, if any number is not having anything in the denominator, that means there is a 1, right? So I can write this as 7 divided by 1 and this is already a fraction which is 1 by 10. So how do we multiply fractions? We just multiply the numerators together and the denominators together. So I have to multiply 7 by 1 first and then 1 by 10. So I write 7 into 1. What is 7 into 1? 7. And then 1 into 10 is 10. So this becomes what? 7 by 10. Right? So 7 into 1 by 10 becomes 7 by 10. So multiplying 7, this multiplying 7 to 1 by 10 is equal to dividing 7 by 10. Okay. So when we multiply a number by 1 by 10, it is same as dividing that number by 10. Okay. So this 7 into 1 by 10 becomes 7 by 10. Now we know when a number is divided by 10, the point gets shifted towards the left by 1 place because there is 1 0 in 10. So it will get shifted by 1 place. So here the number is 7. Now if the number is not having a decimal point, it will be at its end. Okay, why are we putting a point? Because we have to shift it. Okay, so this 7 is having a point at its end. Now it is being divided by 10. So I have to shift that point towards the left by 1 digit, 1 place. So this gets shifted by 1 place and comes here. Okay, so the number now becomes 0.7. Okay. Now it is here and there is no number in front of it, so I put a 0 and then there is 7 out after that and point is in between. Okay. So this is how we have solved these kind of sums when a number is divided. See, this and this is same, only here I have put the division sign and here I have written it in fraction form. Okay, so both are same. We read this also as 7 divided by 10, right? So this is also same and this is also the same. So 7 by 10 we get 0.7. Now similarly, if a number is multiplied by 1 by 100, okay, here it was 10, here it is 100. So similarly, this will be same as this. So if any number is multiplied by 1 by 10, it will be 7 by 10. So here it will be 24 by 100. So 24 into 1 by 100 will be 24 into 1 is 24. And here there is no number, means there is a 1 here. So 1 into 100 will be 100. So 24 into 1 by 100 is 24 by 100. Again here the number is 24. The decimal point is at its end. Now we are dividing it by 100. So the decimal point will shift towards the left side. By how many places? There are 2 zeros in 100. So it will shift by 2 places. So let us shift 1 and 2. So it will come here. Okay. So this number becomes 0.24. Here there was no number before it. So I put a 0. So 0.24. So 24 into 1 by 100 is 0.24. So from these two sums, the first one and the second one, we see that multiplying by 1 by 10 means dividing by 10. So if we are multiplying a number, see here we are multiplying this number 7 by 1 by 10. So multiplying by 1 by 10 means what? Dividing by 10. Okay. So if we are multiplying the number by 1 by 10, see it is 1 by 10 and afterwards it is 10. Here it is 1 by 10 and afterwards it is 10. So understand the difference between the two. This statement you need to understand. The statement says that multiplying by 1 by 10 means dividing by 10. So if we are multiplying a number by 1 by 10, it is equal to or it is similar as dividing the number by 10. Okay. And similarly, multiplying by 1 by 100 means dividing by 100. So we saw this in the second sum. Here the number 24 was multiplied by 1 by 100. So on solving this, we got 24 divided by 100. So multiplying by 1 by 100 means dividing by 100. Okay, so these two statements are very important. This helps, this helps in making our calculation simpler. So if a number is multiplied by 1 by 10, that means we have to just divide it by 10. If a number is multiplied by 1 by 100, that means we just have to divide it by 100. Okay. So this was it. We end with exercise 5D. So this was all about exercise 5D. It is very simple. It is just a revision of grade 6. So here we just had to see how we multiply or divide numbers by powers of 10, which is powers of 10 means 10, 100, 1000 or and so on. Okay. So this was all about exercise 5D. We stop here. We will meet in the next class, students. Okay. Till then, take care. Goodbye.